Have you guys actually had the chance to interact on screen yet? Is there any way that your characters could interact on screen without some kind of maybe head injury?
There is no way to
Head
answer
injury.
that question. The head injury would definitely help,
Yeah.
just for us to interact even right now.
That works.
That helps just for me to understand.
I think there's definitely, there's potential there.
Well,
Yeah.
what's amazing about the world of Sleepy Hollow is that anything can happen, but everything that happens is not arbitrary. Everything's very specific. So that could happen, but to date, I don't know.
I stumped you right off the bat.
I
Sorry
love
about
it.
that.
I love it. Well, it's one of those questions that you can't answer.
Yeah.
It's one of those.
Well, I mean, is there something that you guys have kind of seen in your character arc so far that you're really excited you might get to do in a couple of episodes that you can tease, or are you?
Oh, you're good. There's nothing I can tease
Okay.
because, yeah, there's a two-part answer.
Bring it
One,
on.
yes, I'm super excited about a lot of stuff that's happening that we're doing right now, actually, and what's coming up is even crazier. So all of that, crazy excited, a lot of fun to do it. Can I talk about it? No. I will tell you this. The world definitely gets bigger. This is definitely the jumping off point. It is not in any way the crest of the wave. And where we are right now, the wave is still growing. So for us, it's still getting bigger. So we're trying to wrap our head around it, mostly.
So far, we've kind of basically seen Katrina in flashbacks and through visions. Are we going to get to see any flashbacks of her life that don't include Ichabod?
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely, you're going to see get to know her and how, and why, and also the reason why she's trapped. He just found out that she's a witch in the first episode. He did not know that, and they were married, and there's been a reason why she's been hiding things from him. There's definitely going to be a lot of things answered.
The twist is really worth it.
Yeah.
I mean, what happens and how it happens, and then the way it's amazing.
You'll see that she plays a much bigger part than you'd think when you just watch the pilot.
Yeah.
You
she's
think she's
far
just
more powerful than you would imagine.
She has she's a big part of the puzzle, of the mystery.
She's got some tricks up her sleeves.
Yeah, definitely.
Look at you.
I understand there's only so much you guys can say without crossing lines.
I'm trying to
I
be
respect it.
correct.
It's fine.
We've been well coached.
Hey, you got very well. I get it. Is there anything you can tease about the favorite episode you guys have shot so far?
Ooh.
Ooh, that's good. Yes, a couple things. I was surprised to learn that the audience would learn where Headless came from. That you would see him when he had a head, and that you'd actually get a glimpse into how that person, I guess him as a person and not just sort of a figure. That was surprising that they would go do that. Aren't you a little surprised by how the history stuff plays out? It's kind of surprising, I think.
Yeah.
Like the Lost Colony of Roanoke is to go back to that specific point in history.
That was my favorite episode so far.
That's
amazing.
I mean, that's amazing. I mean, one, it's so iconic. Just if you're a history buff or a sci-fi nerd, but really a history buff, talk about that is so key in that world. So to actually see it fully realized and done in this way is real. I think people are really going to dig that part. The Illuminati stuff is also really interesting. The Freemason stuff is really interesting. I mean, it really is touching on a lot of history. And then the other characters you meet, like the Horned Beast and the pilot, how he fits into how those other creatures have emerged. That part is really, I think, here's the coolest thing. I think you'll come to realize that Headless is really not the most scary thing we're dealing with.
Lots of things that go bump in the night on Sleepy Hollow.
Yeah. Bump, bam.
Well, he can't really kill Headless very easily, as we found out. So it's very easy to be alarmed by him. And then
Right.
what else that could be worse?
And when you think about, you know, the fact that he's not the scariest thing, it's really kind of fun.
It's a town of nightmares.
Right?
Yeah, great.
But that is somehow still weird and action and fun and funny. It makes no sense to me. I'm having a ball.
It's a good way to have a mix of a show. Makes it entertaining for us.